Good evening. Welcome to another edition of Education in Focus brought to you by the Business School. In our last program, we talked about the CIM, the Chartered Institute of Marketing courses that are available right now at the Business School. And we thought that we'll just do a quick reminder of CIM. Latoya Roberts is here, our coordinator of the program. We have with us tonight Devendranath Bassoon and Mr. Bovell. He's also with us, James Buffel, the director of the Business School. Latoya, let's talk a little bit about CIM. Last two programs, because we did one and then we rebroadcast it. We know a lot of people wanted to hear about that particular course. What has the response been like?
Well, it has been excellent, actually, and the program would have served its purpose. Like we would have said the last time, CIM, it's the Introductory to Marketing course we're offering from CIM. And we would have started those classes on the 21st of September. We have a lovely batch there, and they're off to doing their work. We still have a little bit of openings for the late birds, those who may have viewed the program a little late. The only catch is if they come on board right now, they'll have to be registered as soon as possible with CIM if they would want to write exams in December. But we are very proud to be off with this batch of students, and we're looking forward for great things to come out with them as they prepare. We have Miss Cipriani as the lecturer there, and she started with them. The course is held on Saturdays, and well, we're looking to see what will happen come December.
So the course is Saturdays from 9 to 12.
Yes.
And you still have a place to get in. There's still spaces available. We also want to say to those business owners, you have a big company, you have a marketing department, and perhaps your staff is not quite up to date with the certificates you need, the practical and the theoretical knowledge you need to make your business more efficient, more effective, then this is a great course. Exactly. We were certainly appealing to advertising agencies and so on to send their staff so that they can at least get the theoretical knowledge. Mr. Buffel, I know you were also saying that there are a certain group of people you'd like to see come out and be part of CIM. You want to share some of that with us?
Well, the response, like Latoya said, has been good. We have been able to attract a number of students, and we look forward to doing this first program very successfully and to carry it on from there. We have a few, if persons want to join now, there are a few spaces that are available, but we are quite satisfied with the progress with the program so far.
This is the first time you're offering CIM, or have you done this before?
No, we already recently been accredited by the Chartered Institute of Marketing. So this is the first time, and it's the first, there's no other institution doing this program in Guyana. Like we said, the Chartered Institute of Marketing is more or less the flagship of professional marketing programs worldwide. It's the most recognized certification that you can get as a professional in marketing. So this is the first time, and we're offering 2 stages, and we plan to offer more stages as we go along. But we're taking it incrementally as we go.
Yeah, well, thank you, Ms. Bravo. Well, one of the things you can do as you're watching the program, I know some of you can multitask, you watch a show, and you can also go on the internet. If you just you can Google CIM, that's C.I.M, and you'll see all the courses that are offered. And if you go there, just so that you know that this is really, the business school is offering this, if you go to the schools where you can actually do the program, you'll see the business school along with James Bovell, his name being there, that this is the person you need to contact with his contact information and everything else. And you can register online, and as you heard from Latoya, if you're starting now, the first week I know that it was just an introductory week. The team got to know each other, the students in the class. Last week, some theoretical knowledge would have been shared. So you haven't missed a lot. The exams are in December, right?
Yes.
Are in December. So it's not too late to start. Now, since we're talking about CIM, there's some other courses that are also professional courses offered by the business school. And Latoya, I don't know if you want to share with us the other professional certificates that your school is offering.
Yes, well, certainly. For this last semester in the year 2013, we're offering a number of different courses. I'll start with our other certificate courses. We're offering certificates in general management, human resource management, sales and marketing management, and administrative professionals. All of the above that I would have stated, they're from the American Management Association. In addition to that, we're also doing our project management course. We're offering an introductory certificate in project management, which is a business certificate that prepares students who want to get into the field of project management, but they have like no prior knowledge, they have no clue, but this is something they're interested in and they want to pursue. So we're offering that introductory certificate. And then we're offering what we're very proud of, the American Academy of Project Management. We're offering the Master Project Manager Certificate from them and the Certified International Project Manager Certificate. All of these courses that I've stated are starting in the month of October. So if you're a professional, you're looking for something to do, you're looking to make yourself more qualified, make yourself more marketable, make yourself more competitive, these are some of the things that you can access at a business school for the remainder of this year.
I like that you say you can certainly make yourself more competitive. Yes. So quickly before we go to our first break, I just want to introduce the expert on project management, an instructor of project management, and so this is Devendra Nath Bisoon. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Wanita.
It's great to have you. We're going to take a quick break. We'll speak with him when we come back. You're watching Education in Focus, brought to you by the Business School.
The Business School understands that businesses want employees who embrace the values and visions of the organization and who have the skills needed to drive performance. With the right corporate training, businesses can meet the competitive challenges they face and gain the success they deserve. Call or visit our website for information on our various corporate training courses. Let's get started today. Enroll at the Business School for one of our certified training programs.
Project management is one of those areas that we've been hearing about within the last 3 years or so. We've been hearing a lot about project management. I understand it's a very competitive field, very lucrative as well. So, Mr. Bisoon, for someone who, you're thinking about project management, who is this really targeting?
Well, first we need to clarify the idea of projects.
Great.
Before we could talk about the concept of project management, we first need to clarify and understand when we talk about projects, what are we talking about? There are misconceptions where it is believed that projects are only applicable to public sector and government institutions alone. But projects are everywhere. We look around, we see projects, and it could be implemented by one person or even thousands of persons can be involved in projects. And also, it is applicable in a short duration of time. Also, it could last for tens of thousands of hours and even years ongoing. So projects are basically, it's time bound. So it is aimed at producing an outcome, a unique outcome, and that has a time constraint. It is time bound. And the whole idea of managing these projects is what we talk about as project management. We're managing stakeholders' needs and requirements to achieve the project deliverables within very efficiently and very effectively. So project management, to sum it up, and as described by foremost authorities, and it is the application of knowledge, tools, skills, and techniques that could help you to maximize the efficiency and effectiveness of your project in project activities and meeting stakeholders' needs and expectations. Of course, stakeholders are very important in projects, and managing their needs and expectations is what is one of the foremost things also in managing projects we have to look at. How do we manage the constraints of time, cost, quality, and the scope of the project so that we could effectively and efficiently meet stakeholders' needs and expectations? This is something that we need to understand clearly too.
So pretty much if you've got a project, it could be a road project, and I like that you said it's not only bounded to government, because a lot of times when we see the adverts in the papers for project managers or people who, this is a requirement, it is really to do with the public, with the government and those projects. So it can be a road project. Can it be as simple as a project doing your own home, fixing your home up?
Well, obviously, as I mentioned, project could involve one person or it could involve thousands of people. With projects, we need to understand that it embrace all sectors. It cross-cut all sectors. Although it may have originated out of engineering in the construction sector, and that was sometime beyond the 1900s. Even before that, we had projects being implemented, but there was no formal project management profession per se. Projects were implemented even by those designers, the engineers, and the architects way before the 1900s. But coming back to your question of whether it is in all sectors and whether the magnitude of it, we have civil engineering, construction, architectural projects. We also have projects in the manufacturing sector. Mm-hmm. We also have projects in research, projects also in the IT sectors. Management and IT is also an area where projects cross-cut. So all sectors, it is important for, and it has a role to play in all sectors. Way before the 1900s, as I mentioned, there were huge projects being implemented. We look historically, we have seen successful projects such as the pyramids. We see projects, the Great Wall of China. We look back, we see all these great projects implemented. How was it implemented? Was there project management involved? Obviously, there would have been, but the managing human resources and all these other inputs into project were not considered as today, where we see project management has originated and evolved into a distinct profession of its own. And with technology and technological advances, it is even evolving further. And the need for more project managements with large and complex projects are also, there's a more demand for project managers. So pursuing this very distinct profession is an area that individuals who are watching this program, who are thinking about a career, they could embark on this very lucrative and interesting and fruitful profession of project management.
Lucrative is the operative word here. I understand you make lots of money in this field. You certainly can make some bucks.
It's not really lots of money, and
but you do. It is lucrative, though. It's a good feeling. It's a new. I think it's an emerging profession, because it's still not. I think in Guyana, we know there are lots of projects. It's still something that we're discussing now. You're hearing this talk about project management and people getting qualified in it. So we're very glad that the business school has taken on this particular project of offering project management. Mr. Bovell, I know that in our very first program you talked about the business school looking at the needs of the country, the marketing needs of the country, looking at really what are the skills needed by the people of this country to help us to continue to develop. And you seem to be tapping into all the right sources. Some people might be asking, what's your secret?
Well, specifically in relation to project management, like Mr. Bisson was saying, project management has become particularly important, especially for developing countries. How effective you are at executing projects will have a direct impact on your level of development. If we look around Guyana, there are instances where we see projects are lagging behind. And one of the reasons for that might be lack of project management skills and knowledge. And at the business school, 8 years ago, we decided that, we want to start the project management department to offer project management education. And today we offer a number of the project management certifications, but like Latoya alluded to earlier, our flagship program is certification offered from the American Academy of Project Management. And persons who want to pursue a career in project management would want to consider receiving certifications from the AAPM. Now, if I can go on, the AAPM is it's ranked as one of the 5 top professional qualifications worldwide. Sometimes it's ranked second, sometimes it's ranked third, fourth. It's not the top one. The top project management qualification in the world is the PMI. But the AAPM certification offers some valuable benefits to persons pursuing that career. And we are offering 2 standard qualifications, which is the CIPM, which is a Certified International Project Manager, and the MPM. So persons embarking on those programs will receive one out of the 2 certifications based on their experience and also the study. And persons doing that program, they can also receive specialty certification. That is to say, if you are an engineer and you did this program, you can receive either the CIPM or the MPM and also a special certificate as a project manager, a project engineer, which is CPE. Or if you're an IT technician, there's special certification that you can receive there. Or if you're a risk manager, like an insurance manager. So persons wanting to do these programs, it's like it can really help you to propel your career, to increase your certification, because you can get a number of certification from doing our advanced program in project management. So that is it in terms of the programs that we offer. Latoya alluded to earlier that we offer an introductory program for persons who don't have the necessary requirements to enter into those programs, and this introductory course will get you there. And so, you know, like you coming back, we are proud that we can offer or can play a role in terms of being a catalyst for development in Guyana by offering these project management certification to the public, both the private and public sector.
It certainly is an exciting, even though it's an emerging profession in my head, it's an emerging profession, and it's now emerged into a distinct profession where we have a demand for project managers. That is our subject tonight on Education in Focus. The subject is project management, and our resident expert on the subject is Devendranath Bisoon. We'll come right back and we'll spend some more time discussing this area. It's quite exciting. So take a quick break, grab yourself a cup of tea or some water, and come back and join us right after this.
So you're going to be a top executive. You're looking into possible careers. You're going to the university. Your parents are proud of your success. The journey begins here. Enroll your child now at the business school and let us help develop their knowledge and confidence to achieve their full potential. The Business School, educating tomorrow's leaders.
In this dynamic world, education is key, the key to succeed. At Ermswell Playgroup Nursery and Primary School, we ensure each child is a high achiever. Small classes, qualified teachers, and an academic program that includes music, foreign languages, and information technology, coupled with a modern reading room and physical education, make learning an enriching and fun experience. Enroll your child today. Ermswell, education is our guiding light.
Tonight in Education in Focus, we're talking about project management. It's an exciting new area that a lot of people have been asking about, and we're very pleased that the Business School is offering these courses, so that if this is perhaps the first time you're discovering or you're hearing about project management, or perhaps this is the first time you're really paying attention to what project management is and what it can do. I'm speaking tonight with Devendranath Bisoon. We're joined by Latoya Roberts, the coordinator at the Business School, and the director of the Business School, James Buffett. Devendranath, if I can call you that, let's get back to this exciting field. So we know there are people looking at home, and even as I'm talking to you, I'm thinking, is this something I could possibly do? What do I need to get into this field?
Well, obviously, there are people out there who have just completed, students who have just graduated out of high school, there are students who have graduated out of a university, and there are people who have not yet embarked on an undergraduate program at university, or even persons who are thinking about enhancing their career, who have already had experience working in a particular profession they have chosen. Project management is for all these people, and even if you're a student who have now graduated out of high school, as Latoya has mentioned, they cater for those students as well. They have requirements, and once you've satisfied those, you can enter into these two internationally recognized programs that Mr. Boville spoke about, that his institution is offering. So project management is not only for students who have graduated out of university, but it also for those new entrants who have now come out of high school and thinking about embarking on a career. I would encourage students also to inquire more about this profession, inquire more about the programs we offer, and find out about it, so you could think about project management and the career you want to pursue. Even if you are an engineer, a medical doctor, you are an IT professional, you are a communications specialist, all of these professions offer, you can enhance your career by pursuing project management. So obviously project management cut all the sectors.
I know when we talk about project management and you hear, because we sort of have been skirting what is really in a simple way. You have said some things when you started our conversation. You talked about deliverables. You talked about managing resources. You talked about being effective. But really, when we talk about project management, and if you're a specialist, this is you managing a project. Whether it's building the roads, building a hospital, this is you in charge of a project. You have to do what?
Okay, so managing a project involves, as I said, the application of knowledge, skills, and techniques. Obviously, you can gain knowledge by pursuing a course, but the skills and techniques, you introduced me as an expert, but with almost a decade of 10 years of experience, I may not be considered an expert because even implementing an identical project, two identical projects, may not require the same application of skills and knowledge. The dynamics would change. Projects are all, different. We have to apply different tools, different techniques. And for us to have the effective outcome, we need to be able to apply all these different tools and techniques that we acquire over time.
If you can, I hope you don't mind me interrupting you. I just wanted you to perhaps give me an example of a technique or a tool that I can acquire over time.
Okay, for example, you may understand the constraints of a project within which it operates, time, cost, scope, quality. These are all things that you have to develop, that you have within which a project is developed. But aspects such as human resources, obviously human resources is something we have to be able to manage effectively. The way we interact with our human resources, they are important assets, important resources in a project. That doesn't come by reading a book. We cannot really interact with people and communicate well with them, get them to see the objectives, the overall objective of the project so we could meet it. We have to develop these human resource skills. We have to be able to predict risks and uncertainties and find measures and methodologies so that we could circumvent or abate them, mitigate these risks. All of these are things we talk about. Managing stakeholders, a very important aspect. How do we manage the expectations of all stakeholders? That is something we could acquire over time with experience, with skills, and there are several tools you can use. For example, managing schedule, which is a time. The Gantt charts, we have all these Microsoft projects, we have communication tools, also the internet, we have new and emerging technologies which also aid in communication. So all of these together form tools that could help with managing projects, together with our skills acquired over time and the knowledge you've gained through pursuing a course or a program in project management.
I like that you said this is not something that you can get. Just a certificate doesn't give you, will not make you it's a start, isn't it? It's a start to this road to being a successful project manager. But I think Mr. Bovell said you see around some places projects are stalled. And I guess it's because probably the risks and things like managing your human resources. As you were thinking about that, I'm thinking about some projects that might just get stalled up because you spoke to the workers in the wrong way that day and they decided not to work at all. Are those challenges you encounter?
That is a major challenge we find in construction projects, engineering projects, and other sectors also. You managing your human resources. How do we manage our human resources to get the output, the deliverables we want? And that is a huge challenge. And it still remains a big challenge in the construction sector, managing and getting people to complete projects on time. We need to have to be able to manage the input of the human resources and that is a challenge too.
How have you been addressing that challenge? I'm just curious. How do you, if you have workers who perhaps, I'm thinking some of the chronic things you might encounter, they come late, is they show up to the site, to the project late? Is that something you encounter?
Well, I work with engineers and project managers, and that is also problems they encounter, and they have their own dynamics. Each project is unique. It's not necessarily one. You may have workers not showing up for the day or coming up late. There are other aspects. Workers may show up and they may not deliver. And
Wow.
projects are deliverable oriented where you have time constraints. So, you sit and you plan, you thoroughly plan and said that, a worker or a team may deliver a project within 2 weeks or this aspect of a project. But too often we do not take a lot of things into consideration where there are a lot of delays, there are a lot of time wastage. Also, employees or workers may not have the kind of aggressive nature of working to deliver the project the way management is seeing it. So all of these are challenges, and being a good project manager, being a manager, acquiring skills to deal with these issues are what we need to pursue and to aid, as Mr. Bovell said, he's pursuing this actively to get his school to offer these, his school is offering these 2 programs so he can ultimately contribute to the development of our beautiful country, Guyana.
Yeah, definitely. Latoya, as the vendor is talking about this, I'm thinking, how long is the project, this particular course is going to be? Is it, you start in October, and October's already started. It's I think the 2nd, today's the 2nd, right? The 2nd of October.
Yeah.
So when do we start, when is the actual start date, and when's your first exam?
Well, the course will be starting the 15th, the week of the 15th of October. We have class sessions 2 days, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 to 7 in the afternoons. Before I get into how long it will go, I just want to go back to requirements because I know persons want to think, how do I get into this? As you were alluding to, the student with just the CXC qualifications, we have the introductory project management course. That will go for 1 month. That means for the rest of this year, you can pursue that course. Once you're successful, you prepare January to enter pursuing a professional qualification in project management. Now, for you to be, if you just want to jump right into the professional qualification from AAPM, you will be required, there are a number of requirements that you must pursue. If you have any degree, any first degree, you can join the program. If you're an employee that your work is sponsoring, you're allowed to come on the program. Or if you have your CAPE certificate, your CAPE qualifications, and you have work experience, you can join the program as well. If you have project management experience, that's a big plus for you. You can join this qualification. The course goes for 6 months, so it's not something that is drawn out. It's not 4 years before you're certified to do what you want to do. It goes for 6 months. And like I said earlier, we start the week of the 15th of October. So your first exam you will write somewhere around late December or early January, based on how we can get stuff in. Because, when we come down to the Christmas holidays, things are a little hectic and the project may not be on schedule based on all of these other...
That's interesting.
These other complications.
But let me just ask you, Latoya, so this introductory program, if you do not have the requisite qualifications that you actually need to do, the professional certificate.
Yes.
This is locally administered?
Yes,
Locally
this
administered.
is locally administered
Okay.
by the business school, but we have material that is internationally recognized. We have tailored it so that it's not just something that will not give you the knowledge that you need to put you in a position that you can be successful at the advanced level. We've looked at what's offered and we have tailored an introductory certificate in project management to suit the needs of a student that is now pursuing this qualification so that we can make them ready, so they're not a failure. And in fact, what we have found is that for some of the students who come off of the introductory course, they are right up there with the students who have a degree but never did project management. Their grades are right up there with them. So this course, even though it's local, it's of a standard that will prepare you for the professional level. And like I said, it's 6 months, very affordable. I mean, you can call and we can talk about fees, very affordable. We have payment plans in place. We have excellent lecturers, most of them with masters. right, that will teach, that do the administration of the programs. So we prepare you well for the field that you want to embark on.
I'm also thinking for the people who would do the introductory course, I'm thinking that this is a good way for you to find out whether this is something as well that you can continue to do. So if this is something you're thinking about and you're not very sure, this is certainly going to give you the grounding you need so you can figure out whether this is something you can pursue. And it's 1 month. It doesn't take a lot off your life.
Yeah, 1 month.
Couple of weeks off television and that's it, and then you can figure out what you want to do. But we're coming down to our program time on Education in Focus. Just like we did 2 weeks ago, we started talking about CIM, the marketing course being offered by the business school. They're also offering project management, and we're very pleased that we're joined by an authority, if I can call him that, who's obviously had experience in project management, not just the theory, but also the practical experience. Devendranath Bisoon is with us tonight. We're very, very pleased that you're here. Latoya Roberts, our coordinator, and our director from the business school, James Bovell. Devendra, I'm going to give you the last word, unless Mr. Bovell wants to have one word in before the last word.
Oh, not really. I think the program went well, and persons out there are aware of the disqualification, its importance, how it can enhance your career, and you're aware of the facts concerning when the courses start. And I would want to appeal to them to take this opportunity to further your career or to make a choice or a decision in pursuing a career in project management.
As you were talking, Devendra, about, I was thinking about our expectations of project management. And one of the things I was thinking, it sounds as if this is something for men only.
Well, I don't know if you're thinking that engineering and construction.
I was just thinking
is
project management is, sometimes you think it's just for guys. It's some kind of guyish, but what do you say?
Well, maybe because the concept, the misconception of it originated out of construction and engineering projects, which is for males only. But even engineering and construction is for women too. Project management, as I said too, is for all sectors, whether in IT, research, it's in manufacturing sector, the private public sector. It is for everyone. And I am glad that Latoya mentioned that even persons without degree could begin starting to embark on this distinct career. And I would like to commend Mr. Bovell and his institution for taking the initiative to offer these internationally accredited program in Guyana. It is a very important opportunity that students should maximize and capitalize on, because you have an opportunity to stay right in Guyana and be recognized in this profession, internationally recognized profession, that you could enhance the field of project management in Guyana and also internationally.
Thank you very much, Devendranath Bisoon, our resident expert tonight.
Just one thing before we close. I forgot to mention that a student that completes an AAPM certification, you not only get your international certificate, but you get 2 years free membership into AAPM, which gives you access to a wide variety of resources. It also gives you access to international project managers in China, Europe, these people that are doing things that in Guyana, we're amazed that you can communicate with them, you can get advice from them, you can share your knowledge with them. So you have that learning experience, like Mr. Bisoon would have mentioned, the classroom can only teach you so much, but then you need these on-the-job training and things you learn over time. You can benefit from interacting with persons that have been there, done that, and can share with you how you can get there.
Which is exactly why we have Devendranath tonight on our program, sharing with us. He's been there and he's done it. Yeah. So we heard from the horse's mouth. Sorry, I'm not calling you a horse. But definitely tonight, we're happy that you joined us. Well, that's our program of Education in Focus. We're pleased you joined us. If you need more information, you certainly can go to the website, or you can call and speak with Latoya. Our numbers are appearing on screen. You certainly can call her and find out more. On behalf of the team here tonight, my name is Wanita Huburn. Good night, everybody.